Douglas Ross destroys the SNP. Funny when someone is no longer the leader of a party, they get a sense of freedom. The monkey's off their back, if you will, and they're able to express themselves a little bit more. And I've got two brilliant clips to show you of Douglas Ross not just destroying the SNP over the stupid pay rises they've awarded themselves, but also making them increasingly angry and humiliating them.
To discuss in this Parliament was about the massive pay increase that has been awarded to Scottish Government ministers. Now, I will give way to Jim Fairley. Jim Fairley.
I think the member needs to correct the record. There has been no increase in the wage for ministers. Ministers are merely being aligned with every other MSP sitting in this chamber.
Well, I'm not going to correct the record. Ministers are getting an extra £20,000 a year. In any other world, that is an increase. So let's put this point, because I wasn't allowed to...
Oh, well done, Jim Fairley. You made an absolute tit of yourself there, didn't you? Being aligned with other ministers. No, other MSPs, sorry. If you're being aligned, then maybe you'd be on the same pay as an MSP. Making out that ministers are actually paid less than other MSPs. Well, they're not. They're paid more. You're not being aligned, and you are getting an extra £20,000 at a time when Scottish people are being taxed even more than we are in England. Despicable. Here's the next bit.
My point is very clear. My point is very... No, I won't. My point is very clear. These are issues that Parliament could have been discussing today. So I'll say it again because there's a slight interruption there. Can any of the ministers on the front bench see that they deserve and have earned their £20,000 increase? I'm quite happy to continue to wait. I've got about another minute because of the intervention. So I'm just going to stand here and wait. If any of these highly paid Scottish Government ministers can defend their £20,000 increase to the public, tell us now.
Mr. Ross, if you could return to the topic of...
I'll tell you what, he absolutely makes them look like a bunch of tits, doesn't he? And just take note, by the way, of how empty the SNP benches are. Nobody even turned up to support useless, dishonest John. Only Swinney, Constance, Robertson, Gray bothered to turn up, and Fairley, of course. The way that he stands there, Douglas Ross, and just waits. Come on, one of you come and justify your £20,000 a year raise. Not one of them dared to get to their feet. And as the clip came to an end, he then says, John Swinney, he says, First Minister, would you like to get up and tell me, please? Nobody stood up. They sat there looking bewildered, realising how stupid they look. When people are struggling to pay bills, people can't get an NHS appointment, you've got a crumbling NHS, and councils can't even afford teachers to fill the school day. These people, their hypocrisy, their stupidity and their self-entitlement is laid bare for everybody to see.